Hello, in this video, we're going to talk a little bit more about add-ons, specifically suggested and required add-ons. In the last two videos, we saw how to set up categories and items. Now we're going to go a little bit further down right here where it says add-ons. As a reminder, suggested add-ons are for upselling and required add-ons are for requiring a customer to make a selection for something like a free flavor, if it's a snow cone machine, or maybe you're doing a modular bounce house with a panel. By default, you have a standard option in here, and standard is attached by default. So this is the easiest way to do general upselling. Here's the same list that we've seen anytime that we add an item to the shopping cart. It's then recommending these additional products for them. So at the top, you have the name. The name is just for internal use, so you can know what add-on you're attaching to which items. The description is the customer-facing part, so this is public. If you are asking them a question or asking them to select something, you would fill that out right here in the description. And here you can see our generic line. People who have ordered this have also ordered the following items. Then down below, we have our items that we actually select. Now, an item has to be in your inventory in order to appear in this list. We'll talk a little bit more about that when we go back to the flavors. But make sure that you add the item through admin products items if you want it to appear here and then be an option. So generally, to make a list, you make a new one, set up your name, put in the description for the customer-facing part, and then select the items that you want to be available. The cost field is optional. By default, it will inherit whatever the cost of the item is. So if my snow cone machine is $50, it will automatically just pull in $50. But you can type in the cost field to override it. So if I put 40 here and it's normally 50, well, if they select it from this list of add-ons, it's going to override the cost to be 40. So generally, you're not going to do that too often unless maybe you're doing a special package and you want to offer a discount on an item if they select it. And for this auto package name, ignore that. That's for something else entirely. Okay, let me go ahead and go back. And we'll look at our other add-on, which is our snow cone flavor. So this first one we're using as our suggested add-on for upselling, and this bottom one is our required add-on example. They get a free snow cone flavor, so we ask them to choose which flavor that they want. Here we can see our list is made up of cherry, grape, and lemon lime. I could add more, but this would have to be in our inventory first in order to appear in this list. So let's say that I get a watermelon flavor and I need to add that to my list of snow cone flavors. So my first step is to add it as an item. We'll go back to admin products items. I think the easiest thing to do is to copy an existing item anytime that you need to make a new one. So we're going to find our cherry flavor. I'm going to scroll to the right and use this yellow and blue page icon to copy it. We get our item page appearing, and it even says it's creating a copy. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to switch this to be watermelon. Make the appropriate updates. There is no cost because this is a free flavor that we're giving them with the rental of the snow cone machine. So I can leave that blank. Items do have to have a quantity. You can either track this or not. It should be in the hidden category. We're giving it to them for free, so we don't want customers to order that online. And since it's in the hidden category, even though this says display yes, customers won't be able to see it. So for an item to appear, it has to be in a visible category, and the item also has to be visible. If either of these say no, then that item's not appearing on your website. I would add the appropriate picture, and really no other information is required here. There is a note with the schedule profile that a sales item is just an item that's either free or flat out purchased. generally when you're renting something like a bounce house, you're going to pay the cost and you get it for, let's say, up to 4 hours. And then every hour might be an additional $20. If I want additional days, that might be 50%. The schedule profile determines how all of that pricing breaks down. So something like Maine is a very complicated pricing structure because it depends on how long they're renting a unit for. For something simple, if you were just selling an additional flavor for $20, it doesn't need to have any complicated pricing structure. It's just an item that I'm selling. So in this case, we're using the sales item schedule profile. But we didn't have to do any extra thinking on that because what we did was we just made a copy of something that was already there. So that's why I suggest that just as a helpful tip. We don't need to modify anything else. We've gotten this in here. Let me go ahead and click Submit now. That saves our item to the system. And now I'll navigate back to Products and Add-ons. I will click on our snow cone flavor. Scroll down, and let's add an additional one. And now that I have watermelon as an item, now it's selectable right here. And it's free. Remember, we didn't add a cost. But if I wanted to override that, I could maybe charge an additional $5 for watermelon. Maybe it's a premium flavor. These are all different options in the system. Definitely make use of required add-ons when needed and make use of suggested add-ons for your upselling and help increase the amount of revenue that you are making. Please reach out to us if you have any questions or concerns, and thank you again for watching.